is Joy, coming to you live in Riley's mind. Make some noise!
Hello? I'm Anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
A new emotion!
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
You want to sit with us?
These girls are so cool. We can't let her know we're excited.
I got this.
Joy, I'm just curious. Maybe, I could
Thank you,
help.
not now.
Yeah. That's not going to haunt us for the rest of our lives at all.
The emotion beings that govern Riley are shocked to discover a new batch of emotions that have been introduced into their control room. The simpler emotions are overwhelmed by the more complex adult ones when Riley goes on a fateful trip to hockey camp. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. Today we'll be reviewing Inside Out 2, directed by Kelsey Mann.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. You know what's funny is I was watching The Boys, like the latest episode of The Boys.
Dude,
and
I'll say it right now. I've never seen a single episode of that show.
If you're a Carl Urban fan, he does like the craziest like Cockney accent you've ever heard. There's memes of him like, I'll grab a bottle of water. He's like, what? Bottle of water? Give me a bottle of water. You know?
Is it Tuesday, innit?
Yeah, and you know nowadays when you watch these streaming shows, they have the cast of like during the credits of everyone who did the language, like
Oh yeah, it's just playing for other countries and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, does this mean? And then I went through the Amazon like list of like,
they do the best, by the way.
All the languages are there. So it made me think of like I Am Groot, where Vin Diesel, he did the voiceover for all the different languages too.
I think I'll put on Guardians of the Galaxy just so I can hear I Am Groot in every language.
Ego in Groot. Anyway.
Jawohl, Groot.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, Inside Out.
Inside Out. Emotions. Huge emotions.
Big
Growing
emotions.
Up, sadness.
Okay, so I think the universe is kind of settled on this one, and I don't know what you think, but I'm kind of siding with the universe where it was good. I liked it. B, but I felt like it was kind of missing a little bit of a like a little bit more of a something.
Like emotion.
It had enough emotion to work, but I feel like as I was watching this, I'm like, I bet this was supposed to be an Inside Out TV show, and this was supposed to be the pilot because
I didn't think about that.
I feel like the stakes weren't that high in this movie, and I know
because in the first one she literally runs away.
She ran away, right? Yeah. And somebody died in the first one. You know?
Oh yeah.
Somebody actually tragically died.
That's the thing too,
in
right?
The first one.
Disney Pixar movies, Disney.
Yeah.
Is that's the cost of a Disney movie. Someone has to die. Thanos is there somewhere doing that.
Yeah. But I liked it. I do believe it belongs in the Inside Out verse, the Disney lexicon.
I took my two kids to watch it. We went with my sister-in-law and her husband, and and their it was a whole family thing and their daughter. So it was 3 kids, 3 adults, or sorry, 3 kids, 3 kids, 4 adults watching the math, right?
Yeah,
watching this movie, and I enjoyed every second of it, man. It's probably because I watched the first one literally the night before, and I was just like, you know what, I need more of that colorfulness. So when that movie came on, I was like, all right. And I was watching it Dolby for the first time in a long time, so I was really enjoying the vibrancy of it.
Just to kind of recap for a quick second, in the first one, why did Joy leave the control room? What was the antagonist?
What was it? Because sadness was touching the freaking orbs?
Maybe, because I was trying to think like, why was Joy? Why did Bing Bong have to die?
Oh, So that was crazy, by the way.
Why did Bing Bong have to sacrifice himself so Riley could grow up?
I'm glad you bring that up because this has to be explained. Because in the second movie, there's no there's this all-encompassing power. This emotion, this spiritual energy, we'll call it, because that's what's happening here.
The Force.
What is controlling the emotions, right? Yeah, in Disney World, it is the Force.
Yeah.
It's Kathleen Kennedy, apparently. Shots fired. But what I'm what I'm getting to is that in the first one, Sadness, it gets asked by Joy, why are you doing this? And she says, I don't know.
Okay, so there's a lot.
In the second one, they kind of allude to it.
There's a lot to
get spiritual from there, but it's just Disney things.
Yeah, there's a lot to the Inside Out universe that we don't necessarily need explanation. I was thinking about who is in control, and there are cell, I don't know if there's cells, but there's worker people.
Yeah, they look like jelly beans.
Yeah, they control things, but they also are police.
Yeah.
And then there are memories, but there are memory characters. So the memories can actually leave and become Last Action Hero, come out of the memory.
Yeah.
And exist.
Oh yeah, and then there's a stage place for her dreams that are all just made up. There's a lot to this world that they barely just drive on by, literally, it's part of the scene. They just fly by them.
Yeah,
from first to second.
And I was thinking, we'll get into Inside Out 2. This is the sequel. So I don't think that they mentioned this in the first one, but Joy is, and it seems like her project in particular, where the others are just helping, is building a sculpture of who Riley is, what she believes in, and this thing looks like, I don't know, just a twisty golden harpy thing.
It looks like it's a very glowy little. It looks like a tree made of cells and DNA. Just the shape of DNA.
A helix of some form.
The helix DNA. Yeah.
Yeah, and she literally puts the bad memories into a slingshot and shoots them into oblivion.
She shoots them to the back of the mind. Oh, yeah. She's literally repressing memories.
Yeah, she's repressing memories, and just shoot this one off.
She's making an idealist out of Riley.
So Riley is a big hockey person, and she has these two friends that she met mainly because one of them dropped a bunch of coins or something, and then she made these. She made these two friends.
Awkward moments ensued, which is how apparently you with girls anyway you become friends. With guys, it's like, you swing stick hard. I like swing stick hard. Friends.
I don't know how you meet your friends, but that sounded pretty weird.
Caveman. I'm exemplifying caveman.
Long, hard stick swing?
I didn't get into that much detail, okay? You take that stick where you want to, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
But, okay. So this movie happens, and that's why I say this movie feels like it was an episode of a Disney Plus show, because it had like a one thing arc in it where, oh, we play hockey, we have friends, oh, we're going to hockey camp because the high school hockey coach has scouted us out and has encouraged us to go to hockey camp, right?
Yeah, which real quick feels like Monsters University, which was a prequel to Monsters Inc.
Well, it was just sort of like I don't know, a slice of life, let's say, whereas in the first one, she moved from one state to another and literally ran away and I remember her curled up in the street, raining inside of sleeping inside of a box while it's raining or something. I don't know, maybe I got that confused with that scene where Darkman escaped the mental institution, but
real close though.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. Joy. Yeah. She looks a lot like Marge Simpson. She has the green dress and the blue hair.
And Marge Simpson was the ever happy, always finding the joy in random things, which is what Joy says.
Yeah. And then as I was writing this, I actually saw on the news that Marge Simpson was actually depicted in ancient Egyptian art As you can see, Marge Simpson was recently discovered in an ancient Egyptian coffin, and with many people worshiping her.
Let's see what.
So
Marge Simpson found in Egypt. You gotta be kidding me. This cannot be real.
This is real, dude.
Dude. Is this how they're able to guess? Imagine the gasp. I hope somebody, when they opened it up, just yelled, "Doe!
Homer!
Homie!
Homer! I'm going to use my least nagging voice. Homer! Homer! Homer!"
Dude, that is insane.
Yeah.
It looks just like her.
So, even though Joy is Marge Simpson with her hair down, for some reason there's an ancient mummy who didn't wear any shoes to the ball, apparently.
Dude, this is the craziest thing ever.
I like the hair, though. Oh, wait.
The hair, it matches.
But she's not wearing a dress. She's wearing she's wearing pants with like a frog suit. Maybe she's wearing flippers. But anyway.
That's so crazy.
I thought that was funny.
Aliens!
Oh, yeah. Fact or fiction? You decide. Where's Jonathan Frakes when you need him? It was complete fiction. We made it up. Ooh.
You would never guess. Yeah, no, I guess to move on, she's in hockey camp. So this is where the movie actually happened. This is
where the movie starts.
Down. Yeah.
There's a lot of prequel. She doesn't make it to hockey camp yet. Apparently, while all the emotions are sleeping. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I kind of want to start off before we get into the movie, because I think the movie just sort of happens. Like, what? So the emotions. I'm going to get into like why I felt like this was kind of a bit of a TV show, because like whenever a movie comes out and then the TV show adapts it, they always get like for example, Stargate. Remember who starred in Stargate? Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. Okay.
What the heck am I talking about?
Yeah, Kurt Russell. And in the TV show was Richard Dean Anderson, not Kurt Russell. Right?
Not Kurt Russell.
And what I'm getting at is, like, I was listening to the voices of the original people, and I remember, like, you remember Amy Poehler, and I also remembered Louis Black.
She wasn't in this?
She was, right?
Oh,
Amy Poehler and Louis Black. And in a way, they were my more favorite people. Yeah. But there were other people that rounded it out. So the woman who played Phyllis from The Office was still Fear, right? But here's the thing. I didn't realize until like I went back and looked at the cast list.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, Bill Hader was replaced.
He's gone.
and in my other one I wrote disgust, not Mindy Kaling. Yeah, so they were both replaced for what feels.
Not that I missed Mindy Kaling whatsoever. So.
Yeah, but she has a distinct voice, and so does Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader, I noticed immediately. I'm like, whoa, that's not Bill Hader.
Yeah, so
that's Bill Other Guy.
Not even Bill Other Guy. It's just Fred. Like they pulled him. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just right off the bat, I just kind of felt really jarred about that. But yeah, getting into the plot here, they're asleep in their little quarters or whatever, in their group sleepy area. Right when a red button goes off, and by the way, I was getting some what was it called? The Turning Red vibes with this red button for a minute, which thankfully didn't go too far into that territory. But the red button is like going off, and they're trying to like silence it, but then the thing like explodes, and then they knock the thing out, and they're building a bigger control panel. And
well, no, actually, what Joy does it. She manages to take it off, and they send it into the repressed memory area.
They launch it into the back of the mind again.
Yeah.
And then these, like we talk about these weird like bloop guys. They're like, oh wait, the new hires didn't come in yet. Okay, well they'll be in soon or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where apparently the new control panel,
Yeah. Well, they come in and they wreck the whole place.
Well, the control
they literally destroy it, leave it half messed up.
Yeah.
And they install the new panel.
Yeah. And the new panel is way too oversensitive, so they push crying, and then like she cries like a lot, and she gets angry. She gets like angry a lot.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Like, what did you do? Like, I barely touched it.
Yeah. That kind of thing. And that's when they start going to hockey camp. And I'm not sure if we'll just say the new emotions come in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're
anxiety.
Ennui.
embarrassment, ennui.
Now, I'll tell you what, though. Maya Hawke as anxiety was actually pretty on point.
Orange? Who made the console orange?
Do I look orange?
I didn't touch it.
Orange is not my color.
Not me. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am just such a huge fan of yours, and now here I am meeting you face to face. Okay, how can I help? I can take notes, get coffee, manage your calendar, walk your dog, carry your things, watch you sleep.
Wow, you have a lot of energy. Maybe you could just stay in one place?
Anything. Just call my name, and I'm here for you.
Okay, love that. And what was your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can get ahead of myself. I'm anxiety. I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here. Where can I put my stuff?
What do you mean, we?
Yeah.
So I liked her as the antagonist to this chorus because she really messed things up.
Got very anxious
Yeah,
and controlling.
Yeah, very very anxious and controlling and very crazy, which is weird because how come she was able to take control of this brain, you know? That
Anxiety takes over everything.
I guess you're right. That's a thing.
Yeah. They don't make drugs for fear; they make them for anxiety.
Yeah, speaking of, they won't let nostalgia out of the elevator because when she comes in, she ruins everything.
Just like this little old lady who randomly shows up.
That reminds me of the time that no, not yet. We don't need you, and you're kind yet. But anyway,
that's funny, man.
So, on their way to camp, it's all three of them. So it's the two nervous friends and her. They're all going to high school. They're all in middle school. They're going to high school. They find out that her two friends are not going to join. Riley's not going to join her two friends in high school anymore because they've been what do you call it? They've been distributed by the system. Sounds horrible to other schools because public schools.
There's not enough space.
Not enough space. Just send them somewhere else. Maybe they're going to private school.
Yeah, probably. They got a scholarship because they're good at hockey.
Yeah. But anyway, they. Okay, so I think Joy's just trying to have a lot of fun with her friends, where anxiety considers this to be a springboard to the future because you can get a scholarship, you can go to college, be a hockey star, and now there's a new hotshot friend that Riley meets, which is her idol, her hockey idol, which is Lady Red Streak with all her Lady Red Streak friends.
I don't even know her name. I should have looked this up. Me being completely unprofessional. Valentina. That's
why I make these dossiers. Didn't you check your fax machine?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Go back to 2001.
Yeah. So Valentina is the hotshot hockey player. Which to me, all these people totally peak in high school, right?
Yeah, they usually do.
She's our resident peaked in high school character. But anyway, so Joy wants to hang out with her friends and be goofy, whereas anxiety wants to take control and make sure that we get in with Valentina and make a good impression. And early on, Riley does not make a good impression. She's in the notebook. I'm going to make a note of this Riley girl having too much fun. Are you here for fun?
We're here to play.
We're here to play hockey. You high school and middle school girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Ridiculous.
So anyway, what happens is anxiety bottles up the old emotions and sends them to the vault.
I am truly sorry. I was so looking forward to working with you guys.
What do you think you're doing?
Riley's life is more complex now. It requires more sophisticated emotions than all of you. You just aren't what she needs anymore, Joy.
How dare you, madam?
You can't just bottle us up.
Oh, that's a great idea. It's not forever. It's just until Riley makes varsity or until she turns 18 or maybe forever. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Now, I think this
literally bottles them up,
sends them to the vault. And this is where those bloopy bloop guys turn on the emotions. I guess they don't. They have a very they're not a one bribe kind of people. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
whoever
they just
whoever they want to be controlled by, they apparently are. And I think
pretty funny.
I do think this was the funniest kind of scene in the movie because it just takes you out of. It's like okay, so in the vault is Riley's deep dark secret, who looks like the Grim Reaper and doesn't talk. It's really spooky.
Yeah, talks like deep.
Yeah, and then the other one is like this like Final Fantasy, Mortal Kombat character. Who's
she had a secret crush on.
Yeah, he's like and he looked like he had PS2 like motion, and he's like, oh,
welcome to your eternal fate.
Lance Slashblade? But he's a video game character. Why is he here?
Yeah, I always thought Riley had a secret crush on him.
I never saw the appeal.
I long to be a hero, but darkness haunts my past. I'm in 100%. We were all banished here, deemed unfit, worthless.
Don't you dare say that! You do not deserve to be thrown away!
1 second, Lance. Don't you remember his power move? I'm coming for you, Riley! Oh, yeah? What's this?
Come on! No one is totally worthless.
But I am a warrior cursed with a feeble attack.
Then you must make your curse your gift.
Shield yourself, my friends, for I shall set you all free!
you know,
Yeah, his hand goes through his hair like
bad
hair.
animation, and he's got the Kano death roll, but it just rolls like
just super slow.
Yeah, he's like, I have the worst superpower in the world.
And then we meet one of her super secrets, which is this animated dog that wears a freaking fanny pack.
Yeah, it reminded me of a
Pouchy or something.
Well, it was like a Blues Clues kind of thing where like he would stop him and goes like, "What should we do now?" It's like, what are you looking at? That kind of thing. And I did like this kind of like random joke where like, I know who can help us. Who? Pouchy. Like, well, how do we get Pouchy? He's like, I know what to do.
Voiced by James Austin Johnson.
Yeah,
I found it.
He's like,
Pouchy.
Hey, Pouchy. And then I'm Pouchy.
Yeah.
And then
the dog's name is Bluefy here.
Bluefy.
Not Bluey. No.
Yeah.
Bluefy.
Bluefy and Pouchy. Now,
yeah.
Pouchy's cool because he has like 2 random things and then dynamite. He's like, let's see how we can get out of this vault. Can we use a screwdriver? No. Can we use
light bulb?
No. How about dynamite?
He says it in the dumbest voice.
Dynamite.
He's like, yes. And he's like, and what's funny is the camera pans away from the dog, from Bluefy the dog, and they're like, he's looking at a wall and talking to a wall. Who is he talking to?
Yeah.
Dude, that was a laugh out loud moment. The whole theater burst out loud. It was great.
This whole scene was like pretty funny because like they used the dynamite to get themselves out. And this is all the old emotions from the first one, right? They're all the bottle ups. They use the dynamite to blow themselves out. And they're out. And then those blue guys, the bloop guys, I don't know what to call them, the cells have discovered that
Mind Cop.
The Mind Cops have discovered that they've escaped, and the guy uses his Kano barrel roll to save them, but he actually just like rolls like slowly and it gains momentum.
He hits he hits a
like a statue or something,
no, he hits a bucket. What is it? A mop bucket?
Yeah, just like stupid.
Canada things cause everybody to slip and somehow end up in a secret vault.
Yeah,
and then they get away. They get away, and they start getting away, and they have to get to they have to follow a river.
So what happened? What happened was Anxiety is trying to remake Riley,
her personality.
Right? Yeah, her personality.
Riley's personality.
So she took that statue we mentioned at the beginning and shot it to the other side. She put it in the sling. Oh, we can't use this anymore. And then she started putting like bad emotions in. And I was thinking like, what if this was a serial killer? Like, what would that sculpture look like?
Dude,
because when it
would be black.
Because when you put the memories into who Riley is and what she believes, and by the way, one of her main beliefs was like, I'm good to cats. Like that makes me a good person. I'm a good person. I feed cats.
Good, you should be good to cats.
Yeah, right.
They're great. But
anyway, what was I talking about? Okay. So Joy's mission is to retrieve who Riley is, to restore who Riley is, right? And she is on a journey, right? So as this is happening, what's happening to Riley in the real world is that she's trying to be friends with Valentina. She's ignoring her old friends because her old friends are moving anyway, and anxiety is being weird and like trying to like say the right thing, so on and so forth. Right?
It's literally like high school drama.
Yeah,
it's the Breakfast Club is happening.
We should at some point have been inside, because we do get windows into other people's inside out control rooms.
We did.
We should have went into Riley's, not Riley's, but like Valentina's or whatever, her brain, and just have it.
Yeah,
be like,
I don't think we ever went into those.
We didn't.
Like when you're watching the movie, it doesn't go into anyone else's except hers, a few animals, and her mom and dad.
Yeah, it would have been nice if
her two best friends one time, I think.
Yeah,
one time.
So anyway, it would have been nice if they had a peaked in high school control room. Like, this is as good as it gets, guys.
Just keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep up.
Ride this wave.
Yeah.
Ride this wave.
But anyway, so there were a couple of cool details we see in the trailer. The sarcasm. I don't know, sarcasm.
That was pretty great.
Sarcasm.
Yeah,
chasm.
so they were, what is it? They were going through, so they were riding this river to try to get back. Because they were in the middle in jail.
Yeah, they're trying to get back. They send Fear up the tube. And
sadness.
There's sadness, and she befriends jealousy. Embarrassment, which is this big Ophi guy in a sweater and a butt crack.
Yeah.
So those two become friends, and then she lets him back in the control room. Ennui's just weird, and she has an app. She has.
She's controlling the emotions on the board.
Yeah, she's the emo one, and you know what? Jealousy doesn't really do a whole lot. I thought she'd have a bigger role, but she was kind of the more forgettable ones. We could have.
Yeah, was it envy?
Envy.
It's envy and disgust.
Well, disgust was still with them, at least on the journey.
She's the green one. She's disgust is with the core memories, and envy is with the new wave.
Yeah, the post-pubescent adult, or what is this pre and post, the during? I don't know.
I don't know what they call it.
The current.
I'm not excited to have them happen in my house. I'm terrified.
Teenagers. But anyway, they make it to the sarcasm.
What is that? That's a sarcasm! It can open for miles! Run for your lives!
Sarcasm? Really?
Okay, Joy, if we can't follow the stream, we don't know where we're going. And if we don't know where we're going, we can't follow the stream! It is an endless loop of tragedy and consequence!
Or we could just ask those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
anything they say across the chasm is a sarcasm.
Yeah, and these guys are total jerks.
That was funny. It was really good. Dude, you're underplaying it. That was hilarious when it happened.
It was in the trailer, so you can revisit that to your heart's content before the thing is streaming. If it's not streaming right now,
Yeah.
I don't even know when or where I am right now.
I don't think it's going to be streaming anytime soon. Post-release, I think this movie is going to take a while. If you're watching us post-release of that movie.
Yeah, or pre. Maybe we saw an advanced version of this. I don't know.
Maybe. We can't tell you.
Yeah, we can't tell you. Okay.
We're telling you now.
Okay. So at some point in their adventure, they come to the Imagination Land, right? And they find the old pillow fort. And this is actually kind of a creepy scene because, like I said, Maya Hawke really plays anxiety really well.
Yeah.
And apparently anxiety has taken control of the Imagination Land and turned the pillow fort that Riley made when she was like young into a cubicle call center or almost like a it wasn't that.
It's a command center.
A command center, but they all look like old school Disney animators drawing scenarios out of horrible things.
They're drawing literally on the old school animation desks too.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of those blue guys, those like cell people, and they're just drawing horrible scenarios that could happen to Riley.
To help fuel the anxiety.
Yeah, and then Joy
terrible.
Yeah, and then Joy kicks one of them out of their cubicle, and then starts drawing happy things. Well, what if she wins the lottery tomorrow? I forget. But anxiety's what's happening? Yeah, what's doing this?
Joy, is that you?
Joy, and it's creepy because she's on the main screen, and then she's I see you. I know you're there, Joy. What are you doing out of your prison?
I know. You're whoa.
Yeah,
this thing is dystopian.
Yeah. So somehow the little wins there, little wins here.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile in Riley Land, in the real world, Valentina has convinced Riley to fit in. She must make the positive notes in the notebook.
Oh yeah.
That the cool high school coach has with her all the time. So this was okay. So this is where I say big movie, little movie kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The big one had her running away, and that was her big bad girl moment, right? Here, she breaks out of her dorm or whatever at night.
Yeah.
Breaks into the coach's office and looks into the journal or whatever, right? This thing, man, nowadays, everything's on ring cam.
I know. This kid just got away with murder.
I know. She can do anything at this point. But anyway, she finds out that she's not ready. That's what said Riley, not ready, and then it ruins her everything, right?
Yeah. And so she's I gotta do better. I gotta do better.
She becomes
super
LeBron.
Anxiety.
Yeah, she just becomes this complete ball hog at hockey practice, Or
she decks one of her friends. I think crushes her friend with a check. Just checks her so hard.
Yeah,
I was oh crap!
She just becomes a complete d-bag at the ball game. But just a lot of that stuff. So. I never...
And then so what happens is during this hockey match when it's a scrimmage match. This was the whole thing she was getting ready for. That's why she's all anxious.
Yeah,
it's a camp match, not even real. So she goes and she has to be put in I guess it's timeout for 2 minutes, and she starts to have a panic attack. And her friends see this her old friends see this from the rink.
Yeah.
So they start approaching her and. I think it's Joy. Yeah. So while this is happening inside of the emotion headquarters, anxiety is now hit flash paradox speeds. And she's just standing there, looks completely still, but there's this whirlwind of herself going around the console.
She is so broken that she exists in multiple places at once. And she's like one of those fans that display the time. But it's always moving. It's the best way I can.
You just see random. You'll catch glimpses of the hand. Oh, you can do it right there. You can't see me. do.
On Cena. Anyway, so I'm just gonna. Okay. So the original emotions made it to the end, right, where all the old emotions were, right, and they followed a tube. They just got there somehow. I forget how.
Because the internet works on tubes.
Yeah. It's a series of tubes. But anyway, they made it to the end, and they either can't find the sculpture, or they're trying to figure out how to get back. Or I know what happened. I remember. So Fear was discovered. She was supposed to read,
sadness.
Since she went up by herself, she was discovered, right? So she wasn't able to send them back. So anxiety destroyed the tube that sends them back to the control center from the back of the universe, right? So they're stuck there. So this is another laugh out loud moment that I had because I knew exactly what he was going to say. But Fear's I know how to get back. And everyone's well, how are we going to do it? And he's oh, Pouchy.
Dude, when he yelled that, I was this is going to be good.
Yeah. And then Pouchy appears and he's I have just the thing. Do we need a banana? How about a pencil? Or dynamite? How about more dynamite?
Yeah, then was it? Then anger snatches him out of the air and just throws him to the ground. Yeah, and starts plummeting his fist deep in his face.
Yeah, you can't have
He's
only dynamite.
Oh.
It's only dynamite in here.
Dude, that was so good, man. That right there made the movie for me. I was laughing out loud.
Pouchy is you screw you guys. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Oh, so good.
Now that I think about it, by the end of this movie, Anchor made Pouchy his bitch. He wore it. He's like, I have a new best friend now.
It was ridiculous, man. And I remember now so the reason that he was doing that, grabbing all that dynamite, because now they were standing on the mountain of repressed emotions and memories.
Yeah, because that's where that's what's littered at the back of the mind, right? So they decided
we forgot to cover one thing. So what anxiety's been doing this entire time, there's an elevator that goes from the control panel area down.
Yeah.
And that goes to Riley's core beliefs.
Mm-hmm. And that's what builds the sculpture, the helix sculpture.
Yeah, that's what built the sculpture. So now, because anxiety has been going down throughout this entire time, just dropping little nuggets of anxiety, like handfuls of orange balls.
Yeah.
And, dropping Cheetos in there.
Just wrongness.
Yeah. She's turning into her tree is looking into this grotesque, just angular thing that is just anxious to look at.
Yeah, it's just jarring and electrified.
Yeah.
But anyway, they use the dynamite to blow up the mountain of repressed memories. And what this does is it reintroduces the memories into the cavern that you just described. And all these old repressed memories end up becoming part of like who she is.
Yeah.
And Joy,
her core self.
Yeah. Joy tries to stop, neo-fast bullet time anxiety.
Yeah.
But she can't. But then she realizes that Joy was doing what anxiety's doing, where she's trying to make Riley what she wants her to be, not who Riley is. And now that everything has been like reintegrated along with all the bad memories, now Riley can finally like learn because even the bad memories now have become to merge with all the other memories and tangle and become something else. Now I think the core belief thing is now metamorphosizes into all kinds of different things.
Yeah. It's like a hodgepodge of colors and shapes.
Yeah. So anxiety takes a break. I think anxiety takes naps.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think the moral of the story is like take a nap if you have high anxiety. I almost think is that the end of the movie. And there's some epilogue stuff. They become friends again. I don't know.
Yeah, they become friends. I think they all start living up in the emotional tower of
I think
whatever
Riley,
the heck that.
Yeah, I think Riley ends up joining like the team again somehow, and then everyone's friends in the tower, and then
yeah, that's.
I think embarrassment ended up like saving the day a little bit too by helping sadness and fear, and then as we said, Pouchy became Anger's pouch, and he wears them with pride. I have a new pouch.
That was pretty good.
Lewis Black's stand-up, if you ever see that, it was actually pretty good.
It's ridiculous. He is hilarious if you've never seen it. I don't think he does stand-up anymore because he is old. But he has been old for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, I think that was one of his rants that he was discovered at the ripe old age of like 45.
Yeah, he's just angry.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So good for him, coming back for the sequel. Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling were off.
I think they just got too expensive, and Disney was like, "You're not even there."
Bill Hader was out filming episodes of Barry while Mindy Kaling was failing at Scooby-Doo reboots.
Oh, forgot about that. Oh no! No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's terrible.
Maybe she'll come back for the Office reboot, which may or may not have already happened, depending on when you see this.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it.
Emotions.
Yeah. I don't even know where we are, or who we are.
Where?
Oh, Singing Cat died. It was so sad.
Oh no!
But maybe he died.
Look, everything has emotions, man.
That's the one bit of news that makes me sad in the world. He was a good cat. Terrible. But anyway,
I think that's it.
That's it. Did you see the post-credit sequence?
I did not.
The post-credit sequence was yeah. Joy goes back to the vault to let out the secret. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember what the secret was. Like it was so like he said it like spooky like. I
don't even remember.
Yeah, I want to Google what the secret was. What was the secret? What was the what?
If you see me looking down, my cat is running amok right now underneath me. He's trying to attack every chord in this set.
Oh, the deep dark
She burned
secret.
a hole in her grandmother's rug.
Yeah, she burned a hole in the rug. And then Joy says, "Oh, good. I thought the secret was that you peed in the pool."
Oh,
And that was and then he got all like, "Whoa!" and went back in the vault. So that was pretty good.
oh man.
Not bad. Not
Well, that was no. We could be doing more with this movie. It was enjoyable. I'll say that it was for the first time in a while. A Pixar movie was fun.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. It was a good watch.
And I'd say watch it. I'd say you'll like it maybe because we see so many movies. We can start to see the the matrix between
patterns in
movies.
them.
And we can kind of feel like where they were going with originally, and maybe things change, maybe they don't. Who knows? But I say check it out. Maybe I'll start with the letter grades here. I'm gonna give it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it a B. This sequel is a welcome return to the Inside Out universe. The emotion and characters are still complex and engaging. The new, more complex adult emotions made for intriguing foils to our existing cast of characters. My issue is the stakes of the world built in the first movie were much grander and epic, whereas here felt like the series premiere to a new TV show.
So I'm going to give this movie an A, just because it's been a while since a Pixar, Disney movie, any kind of animated movie has actually made me feel anything. Funny that this movie is emotions, but it was good. It was endearing. I watched it and I did not expect to feel anything watching this thing, and there I was, a grown man, just going like, wow, this is pretty dang good. I can't wait to watch this at home. So if you're gonna watch it, watch in Dolby, please. I recommend watching it. Get that full vibrant color, and the soundscape was really great if you watch it that way. So I recommend it.
Yes, the projector is still on.
Nice.
Anyway, I was thinking you'll be a good like a multiversal movie in the Pixar verse.
What?
Ratatouille.
Dude.
I think that would break the universe if somehow there was a Ratatouille.
And that could work.
Yeah,
You
because
could somehow get a Tom and Jerry kind of thing going.
Because I can imagine that, like, somehow as this rat controls this guy's hair and his brain and whatnot, maybe he's pulling on the emotions inside and somehow taking control of that controller, and we can actually see from the inside.
That would actually
out.
That is next level crazy. I'm game for that. Pixar.
Yeah, so
Inside Out, Ratatouille.
Inside Out, right? Yeah, they ought to do it like American Horror Story. All the different seasons are connected somehow. They ought to somehow connect. I think the Pixar.
Shoot, people think that all the Pixar movies are connected anyway. There's a bunch of theories that you can just go online and just look up, and you're like, Cars is connected to Planes, and Planes is connected to Toy Story. Toy Story is connected to all these movies, and they all have little. And it's because all of the animators, they work for Pixar. They all have these nods in each and every movie. That's just it.
Wasn't like the common belief that Cars exist, like the universe Cars, because they murdered their human overlords.
Yeah, that was a dark one. Where
I think it's
the
true,
inside
though.
of a car is a humanoid living inside of it.
Yeah, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Crazy, man. Yeah,
They're all
exactly.
cyborgs.
Oh,
What they ought to do with
so good.
with the Cars verse, if I feel like in 1,000 years everyone would be out of ideas, so everything would just merge into everything else. Especially once everything enters the public domain, and you can kind of put all this stuff together. I feel like Transformers and Cars would be kind of fun. They're multiversal connection there.
They're the multiverse version of Cars. Like,
Yeah.
where did you come from? Why are you so round and bubbly?
We are Autobots, and we come from a planet called Autobotatron. What was it called?
That's ridiculous, man. No idea, dude.
Anyway, that has been
man.
our hot take on Inside Out 2. Remember to check us out where you check us out. Like, share, subscribe, do your thing. We're on Twitter, Facebook, all the other social stuffs, wherever you get your stuffs. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda on Clubhouse Movies Podcast. We will catch you next time.
The only emotion I'm feeling is tired.
This is the emotion I'm feeling right now.